Okay, we're going to walk through setting up your radio to use with the Naza flight controller. These are more legacy systems for us. We don't offer them anymore, but if you have one, you want to know how to set the radio up. So first we're going to do, make sure there's batteries in it, and press both buttons to turn it on. Now the new radios have a lock feature you can see right here. You have to hold your finger onto that for a couple of seconds to unlock it. Older radios don't have that. It'll just look like that wrench and screwdriver icon. First thing we're going to do, it's got a very short time frame. So we're going to go into the system menu, we're going to scroll down until the screen lock, and we're going to tell it to stay on for 5 minutes while we do the setup. You can change that later if you want to. All right. So now we can go in and make our changes. The first thing we're going to do is go into the flight mode. Here it says flight mode off. Just tap on the screen and we're going to want to turn it on. All right. So channel 5. Now Nazas use channel 7. So the first thing you do is go in, tap into that, and you can change the channel to channel 7. All right. Now we're going to select the switch we want to use. Now we want to use switch C. So these switches are A, B, C, and D. We use switch C for our flight modes. Now the first one we have, it says right here, flight mode 1. If you move the switch down, it changes to 2, and then changes to 3. But we're going to make some more setting changes here. All right. So the first, what we want to do is hit the backspace arrow, and we are going to label this one as GPS. GPS. Nope. There you go. And hit the back arrow. Now we're going to go and change this number. Now I happen to know that you want to change that to about 1840. Get you right in the ballpark to where that switch setting is to put it in GPS mode. Now we move the switch to the center, it's going to go into attitude mode. 1500 happens to work well for attitude mode, so the thing we're going to do here is change it out and put in ATT. The back arrow key, set to there. Now all the way down you have a couple of options. You can, with the Naza software, put it in manual mode. We don't recommend that. I would leave it in 1500. Here you want to rename this as attitude as well. ATT. Alright. So it's attitude mode in the middle and the down switch. If you want to use a 2-position switch, you certainly can. But if you want to put it in manual mode, you need a 3-position switch. So that's why we use that one. Okay. So that sets up your flight mode. But we have a couple of other setting changes to make. So we're going to want to go hit the wrench and screwdriver icon again, and you're going to tab on where it says system. Now you'll notice when you tab it on system, the word system, you can read the whole thing. If you tab function, you can read the word function. Right? So we're going to be in the system menu. Right? We're going to scroll down here, and we're going to go to output mode. Now here it's set to PWM and iBus. We want to change it to PPM and SBus. So you want to make those setting changes. Now we are going to go into the function menu. Now we're going to use channel 6 for our flight mode, and you have to reverse the channel. So all I have to do is go to channel 6 and tap on that, and you see it says reverse. All the others need to stay normal. Right? So that's for that particular switch, and we'll set that up as well. All right. Next in function, we have auxiliary channels. So we're going to turn some auxiliary channels on. We're not going to use 5. We are going to use 6. So we just tap on the little thing there. We want to hit switch. Now it defaults to switch A, but we want to use switch B. All right. So that is set. So we have switch B and C. We're not using switch A and D in this with this flight controller. So that's all we need to do for that. And now as you see, as we move the switch up and down, it changes GPS to attitude mode. And then if you swipe the screen to the right, you can see as you move the sticks up and down and left and right, you can see it shows movement there. Just pitch and roll. And then you can see that's channel 6. And if we scroll up a little bit, you can see channel 7. And it's just going to go from 0 all the way up. So that is all the setup there is you need to do. If you want to go in and change the lock setting to less than 5 minutes, you're welcome to, whatever you think you're comfortable with. But that is all it takes to set up your FS i6S radio to use with the Naza flight controller.